Hello everyone, welcome to ASR, African Stories Realized. This is our weekly review of The Wife Season 2. We're headed into the final quarter of the season. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into it. This week opens up with Sambulo and his healer, who tells Sambulo that he needs extra protection because one of his brothers is plotting against him. Sambulo's healer would be persistent as he visited the chairman in his office and reiterated his warning, which Sambulo once again rejects because he cannot fathom one of his brothers plotting against him. Meanwhile, outside Sambulo's office, the Majola brothers are eavesdropping and overhear everything. Sambulo's healer would later return and claim he was lying because he is in debt and wanted to provide extra services for the money. At the Zulu home, Zaza's father claims they found him a new set of lungs and he'll need 300,000 rands for the transplant. Zaza would later request the funds from Nkosana, who tells her that he'll make a plan. At Ngoba's place, Mandisa is a bit jealous over Zaza's wedding pictures and asks Ngoba when he thinks his family will make things official. Ngoba reassures her that he'll eventually make things official and marry her. Back at the Zulu home, Kawe requests Naledi's number from Hlomu, and after a bit of resistance, she agrees to send it. I don't know how Kawe can see Naledi 3 times and kiss her but not get her contact details. If you remember, I kept asking last week why he didn't get her number, so I'm glad that it paid off. After getting Naledi's number, Kawe would ambush her at her place of work, where he continued to put the moves on her and ask her out. Naledi is taken back by how forward Kawe is, but I think it's clear to all of us that she's feeling him. Back at the Zulu house, Nkosana questions whether or not Zaza's father is really sick after realizing that he couldn't have possibly reached the alcohol he found him drinking last week. Nkosana would go on to confront the old man who called for Zaza's help, who understandably came to his rescue. Hlomu witnessed this entire scene. After overhearing Sambulo and his healer, the older Majola brother would pay Sambulo's healer a visit and offer him money for information on Sambulo. The episode ends with the younger Majola brother paying Mandisa a visit and offers her an alliance to overthrow Sambulo from the chairman's seat. Episode 29 opens up with Sambulo and Mkoki continuing Mkoki's training. Sambulo tells Mkoki that in the case he wasn't there anymore, it's up to Mkoki to make sure the family is protected. Back at Sambulo's healer's place, he tells the older Majola brother of how dangerous Sambulo is and instructs him that there's a trap door in Sambulo's office which leads to something. Back at the Zulu home, Nkosana apologizes to Zaza for how he confronted her father and promises to pay for his transplant. Nkosana then steps outside to confide in Hlomu and apologizes to her for the scene that he caused in front of her. Hlomu offers to double check Zaza's father's story, but Nkosana resists because he doesn't want to upset Zaza and her father any further. At the women's jail, Nomusa's cellmate 320 is having a schizophrenic attack, and it's revealed that she hasn't been taking her medication. She makes Nomusa swear not to tell anyone. Back at the chairman's office, Ngoba almost catches Mandisa snooping around in her office, and just as they're arguing, she runs off to go plot with the Majola brothers. While with the Majola brothers, Mandisa calls Zaza to make sure the Zulu brothers were at the rank. Thereafter, the Majola brothers called in a tip-off to the police. Just as Zaza gets off the phone with Mandisa, she goes to tell her father that Nkosana gave her the money for the transplant. They were about to leave for the station when Hlomu called Zaza to say she had confirmed that her father was lying. Zaza confronted her father, at which point he threatened to expose her for escaping from prison if she doesn't let him walk away with the money. Zaza wasted no time killing her own father and dragging the body back into his room. Back at his office, Sambulo receives a tip-off from our favorite dirty cop, telling him the police are on the way. Sambulo and Ngoba evade the police, but the Majola brothers and crew are waiting for them. They take Ngoba hostage as Sambulo tries to make a run for it, but Sambulo is shot in the leg and the taxi he was trying to escape in explodes. The episode ends with what appears to be Sambulo's death, but as a writer myself, I can tell that Sambulo most probably faked his death, and the clues are there. Golden rule of script writing and filmmaking: if you don't see someone die on camera, then the door is open for them to still be alive. Never trust an off-screen death, especially with the wife. All the main characters who have died, we've seen them die in front of us. Episode 30 picks up at Ngoba's tavern, where the remaining brothers are discussing Zaza's father, who is now deceased. The brothers are interrupted by a video call from the Majola brothers, showing that they've taken Ngoba hostage in the commissioner's office. The brothers mobilize to go and rescue Ngoba, leaving behind the younger two, Mkoki and Ntika, but Mkoki is eager to join in the action and leaves Ntika behind. Back at the house, Mandisa arrives, and Zaza tells her that she had no choice but to kill her father because he was going to expose her for escaping from prison. She confides in Mandisa, and honestly I think Zaza's father was going to keep blackmailing the family if Zaza had let him leave with the 300,000. At Hlomu's place of work, Lux receives word that there's commotion at the bank, and a video is released to the public showing the Majola brothers holding Ngoba hostage. Hlomu rushes to the Zulu home to inform Zaza and Mandisa of what's going on, showing them the video of Ngoba held captive. Mandisa realizes she messed up. Hlomu too, for not letting the Zulu brothers know that the Majola brothers tried to kidnap her. Finally, the Zulu brothers arrive at the taxi rank, where they're outnumbered and forced to surrender their weapons. The episode ends on a cliffhanger, as the older Majola brother takes aim at Nkosana, ready to fire a fatal blow when the screen fades to black with a gunshot going off. It's a whole lot of drama. It's a telenovela. They really outdid themselves with the action this week, then left us on a cliffhanger. 3 weeks to go till the season finale, and things are heating up. I'll be back next week with another review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This is ASR, for the love of African filmmaking and storytelling.